Hold on to your butts.
Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, you can hear my shit, but I'm on my shit. I ain't has no chill. I'm who I are. I'm who I is.
Welcome back to another episode of TDG. I am your host, well, half of the host, Sean.
And I'm King.
All right. And we have another compilation for you guys. This one's going to be about Passport Bros. Passport Bros is getting hot in the news. I saw somewhere that it's making mainstream news now that, Passport Bros is a thing and it's blowing up. So we're doing a bit of coverage on it ourselves. So without further ado, well, that's not right. That's not how we get into this.
Hey,
Before
man.
was that?
I was just gonna say, hey man, don't be slipping over here on TDG.
Yeah, apparently I am getting soft or cold out here in Boston. But before I do is any way further, we're gonna jump on into it.
All right.
Passport Bros. Oh, have you heard of Passport Bros?
What is a passport bro?
Okay, Passport Bros are men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible and Western women don't want to be wives that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
Like which countries?
Like Southeast Asia, they're going to the Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like the opposite of the mail order bride.
Yeah.
Pause. Okay. Sean, you heard their definition of a passport, bro. What do you take from what they said?
Ooh, partially right.
Okay.
Only
What is
because
a passport, bro?
Passport Bro is usually a well-to-do guy, usually that is traveling abroad, likes to travel abroad, and is looking for love in different countries because he feels like he's not going to be able to find it here in the West because the women here aren't to his standards.
My take on passport bros takes away the fact that guys are traveling for women or traveling to look for a wife. My take on the passport bro is a guy that's just open up to experiencing things culturally that's a little bit different. I was in the Air Force. My job allowed me to be a passport bro in my 20s by traveling to other countries and experiencing different cultures that I might not have seen had I not joined the military. So I feel as though I was a passport bro before passport bros even became a thing. Now I was married during this time, but I can tell the difference in how I see the world because I had my passport and I traveled versus people that haven't even left their own state or county.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, like, even though the term passport bro is relatively new, this has been happening for years and years. T- Particularly, I think it more or less started with people in the military because you have expats, after they were done, or they might even have stayed after the war was over, and they found themselves usually like a Vietnamese wife or maybe even a Eastern European wife. So this isn't new. It's just a different name for something that's been going on for years and
Yes.
years. But it's catching traction now because of the
Yes.
internet.
Now, the one thing that I will add prior to us continuing is that I do believe that there is a culture of men in the United States that are choosing to travel to other countries to look for somebody to build a life with or call them a wife because they're not seeing wifey material in the United States. So I think that there's a subset
100%.
of passport bros that fits that category.
Feels more expensive, but
It is. Yeah. Well, actually, I mean, you can go to these countries and they're usually cheaper. And so a lot of these men get remote jobs. And so they go there and they live in these countries and then they meet these women. And then women in the Western world, specifically the United States, are so pissed off about it. And they're like, you're going to all these countries where these women don't even know how to speak English. They can't even read. They're so uneducated. And then the men film themselves with these women and show themselves on dates. And the women are so elegant and they're so well spoken and they're so traditional. And they're like, look at these women. They're so...
Why was Ben Shapiro over there sniggling? He got a face that
I think he's just enjoying.
He got a face and a voice that I sometimes wish got punched in.
He does, but you know what? Of the little bit I have watched of him, he knows what he's talking about, and he usually, when someone tries to come at him left, he's ready for it, and he proves them wrong.
Yes.
As a woman and somebody going into the healthcare field, I personally don't, it's on your opinion on abortion. I personally don't think that I could have an abortion just because morally I feel like for myself it wouldn't be the right choice. But how do you defend your opinion as a white, well-off, religious man?
Because evil things are still evil, even if I'm a white, well-off, religious man. And good things are still good, even if I'm a white, well-off, religious man. One of these identity politics points that I really, I don't mean to come down harshly on you, I don't. But it is a point that I really have serious moral qualms with. I think it's quite terrible. The reason being that the people who were fighting against enslavement of black people were a bunch of well-off white men, for the most part. Right? And those people were saying, this is a moral sin. This is a moral blot. They weren't living in the South. They didn't own plantations. They didn't live the lives of the plantation owners. They said, this is evil, and we are here to stop it. Right? When you see something that you think is morally wrong happening, especially when you're talking about the taking of a human life, like, listen, I think that you shouldn't go around randomly killing homeless people. I just have this view. I'm not a homeless person. Most of the people who randomly kill homeless people are probably not of my economic strata, my religious view, or my, I don't know whether they're of my skin color or not. I have no idea what the actual sociological breakdown of homeless killer serial murderers is, but I would suggest that my identity has nothing to do with what is right or wrong.
Yes, he is a very intelligent guy, and if I saw him to his face, I wouldn't tell him he had a punchable face. After a beer or two, I might, but
right.
I'll continue.
Respectful and kind, and the Western women are, sitting on their, Fresh and Fit podcasts or whatever podcasts, losing their mind over this. Yeah.
I'm telling y'all right now, do not come to.
Okay, yes, I like how she tied that back in, and I agree with the last part of that 100%. Guys are looking at women in the U.S. and going, where's your elegance at? And
you're right. Where's your grace?
Where's your grace? And to call some of these ladies dumb, a lot of those women in some of these other countries that the passport bros are with are intelligent. They speak more than one language, right? I only know English, and I barely speak that good sometimes.
The funny thing is that I've noticed that they're quick to put these women down when the men from here, from the West, are going over there to look for wives. But yet, if these women were here in the West, they'd be like, "You go, girl. You don't need no man. You do whatever you want." But since they've never, stepped foot outside of this country, they just think that America's number one. America's the best. Nowhere else can be as good as America. But it shows that they haven't traveled. They haven't seen what the world has to offer. They're the ones that are undereducated, not the ones in different countries.
There you go.
Colombia ever, because this shit is amazing. I love it. You want to feel like a celebrity? Come to Colombia. You go.
Now, I know he probably didn't put the captions up there. My only headache was the fact that Colombia was spelled wrong. And a lot of people do that when they go to the country of Colombia. They put the U instead of the O. Mm-hmm. And I personally, I can't stand it, but yeah, it's COLO for the uneducated.
I'm moving here, y'all. I'm moving here.
Oh my God, mom.
I like it.
Hola. ¿Cuál es el nombre? Oh, Español Paquito. Oh, you speak English? Okay. De donde eres? So where you from? Medellin.
Sorry, I think you and I were both trying to pause.
Yeah. Imagine that. She speaks English. Wow. What? Crazy, right?
Crazy. What?
Now, the one thing, I do want to say two things about this. First of all, you can notice already that they're fit, they're in shape, they take care of their body and then their appearance. I think also part of that is they eat healthy, their food is healthier, their food probably isn't loaded with sugars and preservatives like ours is here in America. But also these women, they might be night workers. I'm not sure. I've never been to Colombia, but maybe this is the norm. I don't know. Haven't been there, but they also, you're going to see that it does seem a little bit too easy to talk to them and get numbers, almost zero gain. But maybe the guys who are passport bros who've been to Colombia, they can leave something in the comments and let us know, is it really this easy, or are these working girls? Did you have something to say?
Nope.
Okay, I'm good.
All right.
Oh, okay, what's up?
I live here, bro.
Oh, hola, mommy. Hola, you got WhatsApp?
Oh.
¿Cómo te llama? Oh, me llamo Marky.
Now you see that I'm actually glad I freeze from this. She's smiling. Like I said, if whether she's a working girl or not, she looks nice. She turned around and she engaged him. She didn't actually, if she didn't want to talk to him, she could have kept on moving. But she's keeping it civil. She's interacting. She's being a lady. She's being graceful. This is this is what you should do pretty much for anybody. I think we've had this conversation before that you King, you said you don't think that people deserve your attention if you don't know them. But I think just being friendly is a nice way to be. Even if you don't want to talk to someone, you can friendly say like, "Hey, no, thank you," or "Have a good day," or "I'm in a rush," whatever it may be. Or even keep it moving. I do that too in DC when I'm at work and people are asking for stuff. I just keep it moving. But there's no need to be nasty. But like I said, you can see she's smiling. She looks nice. She looks nice in her dress. And it's a little difficult to find that here in the
I
West.
agree.
¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? Venezuela. So beautiful. ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? Venezuela. USA.
Estados Unidos.
Hey, mommy. Hey, mommy. Hey, mommy.
What you
You saw that? The eye contact, the wink. It doesn't get any better than
Yeah.
that. Just making the eye
now
contact.
this dude's Spanish is about as good as mine is. He should practice a little bit more.
Right,
De
exactly.
donde eres. Come on now, you gotta de donde eres. You gotta say it a little bit like you know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
A little inflection in there.
Yeah.
Date a black man? Do you like black men?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I really love the black skin. Oh. It's my ability.
Hey, you got what's up?
Man, you see what how she got flustered.
Mhm.
So, you can tell me, I guess, like if that's how most of them think or feel, you could do well out there if you're looking for a wife or a girlfriend.
Now
Oop, sorry.
is that the average guy? Can the average guy succeed on average guy looks? Can you go over there if you're 6'1" and 300 pounds, but you sloppy built and still be able to pull?
That's the thing. I still believe in you should be presenting your best self. If you're 6'1" and 300 pounds, maybe you still pull some girls, but if you're looking for basically a model type figure, a model type woman out there, it's only right to have your game on point as well. You got to work on yourself. You can't just rely on just your money. You got to give up. You're looking for a product. You got to be willing to give a product as
All
well.
right.
Hola. What's your name? Gracias. I'll text you later. Hola. Hola. ¿Cuál es el nombre?
See you,
Me
man.
llamo Marky. Me llamo Marky. You got what's up? Hola. How are you?
My
Yo.
name is Samantha.
Me llamo Marky.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice from
You got what's up?
Venezuela.
Marky.
Now, aside from this one, King, have you noticed any like long broom lashes
No.
or the extra
N-
fingernails or or the heavy makeup? This one, her makeup looks a little heavy, but one out of what, six isn't bad.
Yeah, now let me be real. Let me be real. How would you address the clothing that they're wearing, right? I know you're not supposed to talk about what women are wearing, but what do you think about their nightlife attire? Is that sexy? Is it no, scratch that. What do you think about their nightlife attire? Is it one that you would say a wifey would wear, or is it one that, somebody looking for fun times would wear?
Oh, it's fun times. It's definitely not
Yeah.
wifey. They out for a fun
All
night.
right.
¿De dónde eres?
De Venezuela.
Yeah. Oh, Venezuela. Venezuela. Okay. Bonita mujer.
Sí.
Sí. I know Español
Cringy
poquito.
that his accent.
Alex Narvez is a Colombian policewoman who's going viral on Instagram and TikTok for the way she looks.
Goodness gracious.
Narvaez is 28 years old and has followers going crazy in her figure-hugging uniform. She also shares dance videos and bikini selfies. Her posts have many fantasizing about being locked up by her. She has over 1.2 million followers on Instagram and 1.4 million on TikTok.
I'm one of them.
I deserve to have a traditional wife. They want to go be a
Arrest
passport
me
bro.
and throw
I'm
away
like,
the
bro,
key.
You're fat, you're broke, you don't deserve a traditional wife. You need to level up. The same way they want a traditional girl. The girl, she's going to be way more traditional back in my country. So trust me, she's not marrying you for love, she's marrying you for your green card. So
Are you against passport bros or?
I understand the fundamentals of it for those who have done everything in life to make sure they are a man. But if you're not a man, I don't think you deserve that, honestly. If you don't have your life together, what makes you think you know how to appreciate a traditional wife? If some other guy who's living here who's never had an idea of what a male figure is in his life, he's going based off of whatever little content he picks from the internet. He's saying, well, I want a traditional wife. But therefore, he doesn't even have like a credit score. He doesn't even have like his life in check. He's still driving the hoopty from high school. But you want a traditional girl. Like what happens when you bring that girl over here? You're gonna basically make her a Western woman and she's gonna realize like this guy really doesn't have his shit together. Now she's gonna cheat on you.
I have an accent because I ain't from here.
Okay.
I was born in Thailand and I
We gotta work on that.
I mean,
But that was to answer your question basically about, if a guy is 6'1" and 300 pounds, you gotta go there having your shit together.
I actually agree with everything that she says. Actually, I agree with everything that she says. There's a show called 90 Day Fiance, and on 90 Day Fiance, there's a range of men that go on that show, but some of those guys, it's like you have no business looking for a fiance or a wife when you are living in your mom's basement, but you're not. And let me say this, there's nothing wrong with living in your mom's basement if you're doing it for a goal, but some of these men have no goal, so they're meeting these women on these different websites or whatever, and then they're going over there, they're having some type of online long distance relationship, they're going into debt just to be with these women, and then do the visa process application for bringing them back to the States. And it's like, for what? You could barely afford to date her, and now you're trying to make this lady your wife, and
Right.
what? She's not,
And you can't live on your own.
Yep.
You can't afford to live on your own.
she's not wrong in what she's saying. I actually agree with that. You should at least have some semblance of who you are as a person and have some of your basic stuff together before you want to go look at traveling for a wife. Now, if you're just traveling just to experience cultural stuff and have fun, okay, that's one thing. But to go look for a wife, have your shit together.
I have an accent because I ain't from here. I was born in Thailand and I grew up in Georgia for a decade. And then I fucking moved to Nebraska. Ain't she over there, by the way? How the hell y'all gonna tell me how I'm supposed to sound like? You want me to speak in broken English, bitch? The fuck? Or would you like me to speak formally to you, sir? Fuck out of here, man.
Here's what golly. If I would have,
And the thing is, I think Go ahead.
if I would have closed my eyes, I would have assumed I was listening to somebody of my skin complexions or darker from the projects of Georgia.
See, the thing was, I don't know when she moved here, how old she was, but that's typically what they say you will get if you bring a foreign woman back to the back to West. They'll get indoctrinated. They'll get the poison will seep into them, and you're better off staying over there. Like, and that was just an example. I'm sure it's probably the not the majority, but that's what can happen. Look at 90 Day Fiance. There's your examples right there.
Being a passport bro. Being a single American guy in South America, I sometimes post stuff like that, or this. And my comments get crazy. People get fucking mad. I've been traveling through South America for over a year, and here are the 3 main takeaways First thing, and this is funny,
Okay.
you're exotic. You're exotic. I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
You have an accent. The American accent is kind of trash, to be honest. But the fact that you have one, I think, peppers your words and gives everything you say a little bit of weight, a little bit of spice. It makes it more exciting. The second thing, and this is really important.
Yes, that
True.
is so true. When I was in London, and a black London woman said that to me, that she was surprised when I first started talking that I was an American, and she was like, "I love your accent." I'm like, "Bitch, I love yours. Hold up, keep talking, because I am loving every word coming out of your mouth right now." But we surprised each other when we met, because when I saw her, I just assumed that she was an American English dark-skinned woman, not somebody born and raised in the UK.
I got the same thing when I was in Europe, back in summertime in August. Got told a couple times, "I love your accent." I'm just like, "What accent?" But you're used to hearing your own voice. You're used to being around other Americans, and you don't think you've got an accent unless you're like from down south, something like that. But it's just like we hear theirs, they hear ours.
Dates, people love showing off their country and love showing you things that they love. It's like back when you were a kid, you found out one of your friends never saw Space Jam, and you were like, "Oh my god!" And then you got to be excited watching them watch it. And that happens a lot on dates. It plays into the excitement and keeps things light and keeps things fun. Finally, number 3, and this.
Yes. Pro tip to anybody out there: if you're in another country and you're going on a date, just get them to show you their homeland. Just ask them questions about it. They will go on and on and on, and it's like they're excited that you just want to. And I'm telling you, it is a cheat code to making some things happen, if that's what you want to do. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't seen the video of when King picked me up from the airport from my Euro trip, I have a friend who lives in Latvia, and I talked about in that video that before I went out there, she made up a 3-page itinerary, 8.5 by 11, full of what we can do, what we are going to do in like the 2.5, 3 days I was going to be there. He's right, King is right. You go to a different country and you ask them, "Hey, what's there to do? Show me." They will love to show you their country. It's just that easy.
One that most of the comments are about. There is a stereotype or stigma around Americans being rich, which is kind of true because our currency is like the global currency. So if you make $60,000 a year, you can live like you make $120,000 a year pretty comfortably. But experiences and the things money can provide makes a huge difference in dating. Watch The Tinder Swindler, and it'll explain it all.
Throwing money in Dominican Republic gone wrong.
You big dummy. My friend. Anytime you, another pro tip, anytime you hear my friend, you're about to get swindled. Do not do business with anybody that comes up to you, my friend. They are going to hustle you.
Buddy, hey, buddy, but no, I'm racist.
Yeah. But it was good. It sounded good. And that's exactly how it is. Hey, my buddy, my friend. You're getting hustled. Dummy. Do not do this.
When a man wants
Do
to go
not do
50-50
that.
with you on a date, do this.
Right. Gonna attract the wrong kind of attention.
Oh my god. I'm so embarrassed right now. Wait, you wanted to just be friends? I'm so confused. This whole entire time I thought this was a date. Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry. Here's my card.
Single?
See, and the reason I put that one in there is because that's what you're going to get here in America. You'll get shamed into paying for a date when they know they're not even interested in you. They're not going to get a second date. But if you're, one of these men who's like, look, 50-50 or whatever it is, or we go for a coffee date or a walk, they have now decided in their head that you're not worth it because you're not spending a certain dollar amount on them. So you win, you know? So that's what you gotta keep in mind. A lot of times with the Western women here, they want you to spend $200-300 on a date on a first time meeting them, and they have no intention of going on a second date unless they're gonna milk you for more money.
Yep.
But in these foreign countries, you know, sorry, in these foreign countries outside of the West, you're gonna get a different kind of woman most of the time where they're gonna want to treat you out, maybe not 100%, but they're gonna want to, you know, at least do 50-50 with you. And we're gonna see it a little bit later. But go ahead,
Yeah,
King.
no, I took a trip to South America, and in the couple of days that I was there, this was after my divorce. I don't think I've told this story before. I took a trip to South America. It was a broke travel moment, but I made it work. I made it work. And while I was down south, man, I ended up meeting some people that when we went out, they were like, hey, there were times where it was 50-50, or she said, don't worry about it. I got it. I want you to have a good time. Bro, I didn't know. I'm like, am I getting hustled? Am I getting swindled? That was a different feeling for me. Now, there were things that I did pay for or activities and things like that, but there were several times where the lady would say, don't worry about it. It's on me. And I'm like, ho ho, ho, if I didn't have my daughter, I'd find a way to move here right now. But man, like,
It's nice to be appreciated, isn't
yes,
it?
I was so taken aback by that. And that wasn't just one particular lady that I had dealings with. That happened like 3 or 4 different times in the 6 days that I was down there. By 3 different ladies, they were like, "Hey, don't worry about it. I got it. I'll take care of it." And all I did was, bro, and all I did was show up and just have a good time.
That's the thing. Appreciation goes such a long way. Just a little bit of appreciation.
Yep.
Yes,
How much do a man gotta make to be with you?
at least $1,000.
A year?
No.
A month?
Every day.
$1,000 every
No.
day?
Yeah.
He gotta make $1,000 every day to be with you.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's bare minimum to me. I need things done. I need my lifestyle.
No.
How much you gotta make a day to be with him?
He shouldn't worry about that.
So what can you do for a man that making all that money?
See, that's that foolishness right there. They got standards for you, but don't worry about what I'm doing. You just do what you would do over there. This is what you want to avoid at all costs. At all costs.
Bro, she's talking about a guy that makes over 350,000 annually. That's what you have to make to be with her. Now, she's attractive. She is attractive.
She is.
I'm not gonna say
She's
anything like
yep.
that, but I'm like, what makes you you know what? I'm not gonna say that. Go ahead.
Bring him peace and happiness.
Shut up. I'm done.
Yep. See, it's always nothing. It's always nothing. What you bring? Nothing. Just me, myself. But I need everything from you, though.
$1,000 a day.
Yes.
Look at him. He looking at
Yes.
him like, you crazy.
1,000 is nothing per day.
But you make 1,000?
Oh,
I
she's
make more
used
than
to
that.
this. Oh,
That's bare minimum.
I wonder how.
Okay.
Exactly. I was the same
Huh.
thing.
I wonder what you do.
Well, I'm gonna start asking. The questions are asking these people are like, are you getting W-2? However you making money, you're getting W-2. I don't want to hear no 1099 business. If you say 1099, I know exactly what you're doing.
Me too.
Yeah. Independent contractor in my ass.
Oh, she's independent, all right.
Leave me alone!
A $10 date in Thailand, here's what it looks like.
I'm meeting up with a girl for a date. I'm gonna try to only spend 400 baht or about 10 bucks. Wish me luck, guys.
First order of business, find her and get 2 beers. These were about $1.80 each, but they were massive.
I've never had mango sticky rice.
The mango sticky rice came out to about $2.33. It was delicious. Have some budget left, so we're looking for what's next, and we find some alligator meat. They cut it up real thin and sauce it up so nice. It was both our first time trying this. On our way out of the market, I saw you could play with these pythons for like $1.25. She was nervous, but got used to it, kinda. We finished up our beers, and I took her for an authentic American delicacy. At the end of the date, she actually bought me some authentic food and wanted me to try some durian fruit. It smelled nasty, and texture was like it was already chewed by your grandma. At the end of it, I spent about $13, but it was totally worth it. Follow me, I got good shit.
9 times out of 10.
And see, that's why they say, you know, if you go different, go abroad, basically, you live abroad, that your money goes a lot farther. $13 for 2 people? What? And on top of that, like I said, she chipped in at the end to treat him to her culture by buying him the durian fruit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just small things. You don't have to spend a lot. I don't get why the women here don't understand. Sorry, not all of them, but the bad ones we talk about, why they don't understand. You put in a little bit of effort, you'll get so much back. You know, you get like 10x back from a guy just showing a little bit of effort.
Yep.
But just sitting there having your hands out the whole time, nah. For me, that happens. That's the only date you get from me. We're
Hey,
splitting with
Sean, they're bringing peace.
how can I forget? I got my own piece.
And you are not getting these men in their prime. And the reason why this garbage started in the first place is because these passport bros went around and said, oh, look at this other group of women. They're so much better than you. And that will naturally put anyone on the defense.
That about these foreign women talking about, I got your man. Girl, those girls, as soon as they get that visa, they're going to be gone in 24 weeks, if not 3 months. Because guess what? They're going to realize that those guys were discarded and unwanted for a reason.
Look, when you say that you're a passport bro, I'm just keeping it real. When you say that, you are publicly admitting that you don't have the personality, social skills, or the confidence to get a lady in your country.
Y'all will buy a plane ticket.
No.
Where the ladies at? Where the ladies in the country? Where they at?
Sean, it takes money to travel. Like I said, I found out on the one trip that I took. I ain't tell nobody. But I needed a get out the country moment to just clear my head after my divorce. I didn't have a bad divorce, Sean. Didn't even have a bad divorce. Yet, it was still a bummer, so to speak. But like I needed that quick little getaway. And it also made me realize, like, yeah, you can't be broke and traveling, or you shouldn't do it. Let me say that you shouldn't do it, because if any one little thing happened, I'm not sure how I was going to be able to really afford to
Get back.
Yep.
Do something strange for a piece of change.
Hey, but now, so
Was it Thailand? Did you go to Thailand?
No, I went to San Salvador.
Okay, all right.
It's it wasn't my first time there, so I felt comfortable going there, and I kind of knew like where to go and things like that. So it's not as bad as people think it is, but it's not as there were cheaper places that I could have gone, but I chose to go someplace that I was already familiar with.
Whatever works.
Yep. Oh, and the one other thing that I wanted to add, if you're a passport bro and you admit to being a passport bro, good on you. I'll say it proudly that I am a passport bro. I have no problem saying that. So yeah.
I don't either, but I keep it to myself, because I travel for the fun of it. So I mean, if that's the title it comes with, I'm fine with it. But I travel for me. I'm not traveling forward to look for a wife or to look for a girlfriend. If it happens, it happens. But I'm just going for fun.
To go to another country to pay a woman or a femme presenting person to have adult relations with you. But tell me something, incel black men, you red pill popping, podcast watching, pathetic.
All the shame just coming from their mouth, all that vitriol. My God, for the ones that say that they don't care, they sure seem to care a lot by making these videos and posting them.
excuses for men. Tell me this. If y'all are so desirable, right? If y'all are what every woman wants, why y'all got to go so far and work so hard and spend so much money just to find a woman to lay down with you?
It has been a growing trend of West.
The one thing that they're not saying is this: if I look to my left or I look to my right and I saw an abundance of marriageable women, I wouldn't have to spend resources to go travel to find a woman that is suitable for what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm not speaking for all passport bros, but when they make that kind of statement, I'm scratching my head because I'm like, yo, eh, to put it to a sports analogy, men are going to easily understand this one. If you're recruiting and you have talent in your own backyard, you're not going to have to worry about going out to Florida or going to a different state to bring talent to your team if your own backyard already has the talent. You can take that same analogy and move it to the dating marketplace, or move it to the marriage marketplace, or move it to passport bros in general. And if you're going to allege that men are going to other countries to look for a wife, that speaks to your market of your segment and how your segment is trash. Because just like the sports analogy, if I need to go travel out of a state to recruit to get the best talent because I have none in my own backyard, then that means that my own backyard needs to make some improvements.
Yeah.
Traveling to Asian countries in search of traditional women for cooking, cleaning, and taking care of them, often referred as passport bros. However, this trend has received criticism from many women on both different continents who find
Dating life, I would say, the closer you fit to whatever the celebrity, the current rappers, like I said, Lil Durk, what's the other dude, Quando Rondo, all those dudes. The closer you fit to what that stereotype, you like some girls will be, they'll just be down, especially black chicks.
I was about to say,
they like that shit, bro.
I think that mostly attracts black chicks.
I don't know what it is, bro, but they like that. They don't like when a dude has it together. I don't
clean cut look.
Yeah, bro, and I don't want to say that because it sounds like I'm trying to bash. I'm not bashing black women, but it just is what it is. Yeah. That's been my experience. I attract the most Latinas and white girls. That's what I attract.
Yeah, same. I think because I had that professional, clean cut R&B type of look, that's why I also mostly attract Hispanic and white women. And you guys be in the comments like, do you not like black women? I'm like, black women don't like me. Like black women don't.
In this world, you go where you really want it.
Yeah,
wherever you want it, that's where you go.
Today I'm going to talk about.
Have you heard that before? Because I've heard that too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with them. I mean, I've pretty much lived that life. I grew up in the suburbs of Connecticut. Most of the people I grew up around were white people. I mean, there's still black people around too. My family was black, but people always say, "Oh, you sound white." I'm like, what does that mean? Can I speak proper English? I speak correctly. You can understand what I'm saying most of the time. But then I started to understand how the world worked, and I was like, look, if I want a certain thing and that certain thing wants me as well, then why should I fight that? You know, whether, and the thing is, I don't care what race someone is. I want to see this, you know, they say I don't see color. I don't care what color you are. As long as you treat me right, treat me well, and you're a nice person and we get along, that's really all I care about.
And you're attracted to the person.
Yes, that too.
Attraction matters. And I've had that same experience as well. So my ex-wife was or is a black American. The lady who I'm dating now, she is a black American Jamaican. She's half American, half Jamaican. Yet in between my divorce while I was dating, man, I had Hispanic ladies hit me up, white ladies hit me up. A few times did I have people of my own skin color and culture hit me up. I got told by this one lady, bro. I will never forget this. I got told by this one lady because I didn't put my height on my profile. I'm 5'7" and I'm 5'7" and a half, and I throw that half in there, right? And she was flirting with me and all this and that. And bro, she was a 4. And look, 4 is still in the average range. It's under average, but you know, she was a 4. And when she asked me my height and I told her, the flirting just stopped. It stopped. I would have respected her if she would have said, you are too short for me, I'm no longer interested. I'd be like, okay, cool. But the fact you're doing all this flirting, we having some good back and forth, and then next thing you know, you just say nothing. When I say my height, to me, that was more disrespectful than just saying, yep, not interested, you're too short. I would have appreciated that.
Yeah, well, wants and needs,
What does that even mean? You know what? Whatever. But that came from
sounded poignant though, didn't it?
I would just be like, well, I have to find a reason to use that one day in a totally inappropriate manner whatsoever. Hey, like, let's say I'm doing my thing in the bedroom and I go off and she didn't, and she'd be like, but I didn't have anything. I just be like, hey, once it needs, and just walk off. Oh man, my bad. Continue it.
The difference between dating in Brazil versus dating in the United States. Overall, in the United States, I feel like there's a little bit of a culture of women expect to be like, chaste, and it's really up to the guy to just, constantly go after. But the thing is, I feel like there's a lot of women here. When you meet an attractive woman in the U.S., she kind of acts like a bitch, and she might even like you. But she doesn't want to let you know that she likes you.
What's the word?
She either
Bitch.
thinks
Yeah,
that gives up some type of leverage or power or something like that. Basically, what I'm getting at is we play games here, and I don't really like that. You will meet more people and women in Brazil that are way more humble. Okay. The humility factor was a totally different thing. Our society in general, there's a huge entitlement. Like, we're all entitled to so much stuff. And I think it's definitely rampant in women. And
I
so
deserve this. I deserve
that. It's a big difference there versus here. You don't get that princess mindset in Brazil. Differences right there. Another thing is that I don't know, on the dates I went on, I didn't see I noticed girls don't take out their phones at all. They're just they give you their attention. So at dinner, we there was a pause, right, for a second.
Shocking,
like,
right?
What's up? And she looks at me and she's like, "You're so beautiful." And I was like, "Okay, that's different." And then afterwards, we were walking around, and then we see a bench. She's like, "Sit down for a sec." I was like, "All right." She was like, "Here, turn around. Let me massage your back a little bit." I was like, "What the fuck is this? Dude, this is crazy." Like, women outnumber the men there, so I think they are looking too. They are constantly looking for, is this a guy that I could have a family with? And they genuinely think that way. I don't think women here are always thinking in that way. I just don't get that vibe. I think in the United States, a lot of times they're looking for, like, what does he do for my image? What is he, what kind of fun can I have with him? Or what's in your wallet? I don't get that just pure, sincere, genuine type mindset. Whereas, like I said, in Brazil, I do get that. I see women that take care of their family. They do it like that's just what you do. And I think they view men differently there. I think men are much more important to them there. And I think that is why they work for their man there. They put in effort. They compliment you. They let you know. They don't play games. And those are some main differences. So guys, go down there.
In Colombia, we don't say.
Okay, let me make a quick observation about that guy. That guy is fit. You can tell he is fit. He's got a little bit of a jawline. He looks to be 5'11" and taller, right? So if this is a guy, physically is one thing, pause, right? Like, he's a handsome dude, pause. Yeah, I can tell by the way he talks, socially, he may not be able to have game per se, which I don't mean game is like playing games, but just the way that you have a conversation where it flows real good and y'all are having a good time and things like that. I think naturally, right? Us brothers, it's in our bones.
The gift of
The
gab.
gift of the gap. He's missing that, in my opinion, but that's a solid dude. Like, if you were to come to me and line up 10 dudes for a lady and be like, hey, I need you to pick me out a husband so that I can marry him and I'm not gonna have to worry about anything. I would say, hey, here's Connor right over here, right? You know, Connor's
He does look like a Congo, though.
Connor is not going to cheat on you. Connor is
Maybe a
going
bison.
to treat you well. All Connor needs for you to be is fit, feminine, and friendly. And Connor will give you the world. And
I don't get why that's so hard. You haven't asked him for that much. Fit, feminine, friendly.
yep,
Simple.
yep. And Connor is going to clean up in these other countries versus if you get him here in the US in certain places and spaces, he'll do well, but he's speaking like he's struggling in the US, which is hilarious when he's got all of the markers of a guy that can and should
Mhm.
be doing well in the world.
Right.
Friend is hot. We say, hey, presente, esa mamadita quién es. Ese chocorramito cuál es.
Ooh, I don't know what you said, but say it again.
Huh.
Oh no, the finesse.
They're sneaking in any way they can, I guess.
I like that last one. I like that last one. It's a finesse, but I like that last one.
It's funny because I mean, like, now while she's not the representative for all women, we just had a bunch of clips or enough clips of saying like, "Why you're dusty? We don't need you. We don't want you. You know, go ahead and go find your who so and so." But yet we got that one sister who's if her video that she posted is true, she's out there trying to still get what left, and still trying to get it for free.
Yep.
If you don't need us, then why you bothering them? Go find your own dudes.
Bingo.
Go be a passport sis.
Mhm.
Oh wait, passport sisters don't exist. It's not a thing.
You know what? It's not a thing because even when it's all said and done, you're still you know what? Never mind.
We're gonna do a part 2 to this. I'm gonna put together a part 2. 'Cause I remember there's a clip that I did leave out of this one that it does touch on the whole passport sis subject. So we'll do a part 2 on this another day. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I keep cutting you off.
No, I actually had a thought, but it's not a fully fledged out thought yet. So if I do catch it in one of our other recordings or something like that, then I'll put it together. But it's not hard for a lady to get married, really, when you think about it. It's not. There are some very I'm not even gonna say undeserving. The story, I think we covered it, of the black guy from Florida who married the white lady from Kentucky who had like 6,000 kids. Did we touch that one?
We touched on it. We haven't covered it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so she's not she wasn't anything special. Look, I mean no disrespect to y'all. All right, if y'all see me in the streets, don't run up on me like King. I heard what you said about my
That's
wife,
my wife
bro. I meant no
and
disrespect.
my 30 kids.
But and this because like, oh well, it was a black man and a white lady, and white is right, whatever. Is no, she still had like 6,000 kids, yet he still married her. And I bring that up to say,
Wouldn't be me.
it's not that hard to find a husband, even if you're not a wife. And that's the sad part. People aren't talking about that really as much. That's the sad part. It's really not hard. Even if you're not a wife, you can still catch a simp, and then if he's wise as up here, realize he made a mistake, and hopefully it's not too late. But hey, you got the passport bros. Those of them who are traveling looking for a wife, they're doing it for a reason. Is because when they look this way and they look that way, They're not seeing anybody within arm's reach. So hey, going over to another place to bring somebody into your kingdom, I salute it.
Same. We salute. But yeah, that's all we got for you guys today. Just make sure you guys stay tuned for more content coming your way. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we hope you guys have a very merry Thanksgiving. Eat that Thanksgiving turkey. Get whatever y'all eat for Thanksgiving. Think of us. And we'll be putting on some content around that time as well. If you guys can watch while you guys are waiting for the food to be cooked, or watch after you've eaten your food and you're having a food baby or about to go in a food coma.
No, I will.
That's where we're going to be there with you guys on Thanksgiving.
Right.
Save a seat at the table for us.
Hey, and if you cooking, I'm pulling up. Just let me know where.
Same. All right. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, you can hear my shit, but I'm on my shit. I ain't has no chill. I'm who I are, I'm who I is. Taylor Susan, I play the part. Fuck a fire, how you mesmerize. Black Austin pies, man, that I'm stupid. Then again, oh so clever. On my loony, pour that lever. Talk my shit, I'm talking hella flow, baby. You